Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to show a hand holding a spear. Rather than, we'll show a portion of the person as well holding the spear. So we'll begin with putting down the spear first. So here is our spear. So like it's pointed. Now there's two ways to do this. Now what we are showing is as a joust hold, and from the side, from the back of the hand, not this side. So what we first need to do is go like that, put a bell shape that we conventionally have put in for other videos featuring anatomy of the hands. We've used the bell shape to put down the primary framework. Let's say this thing is like this long, and we're showing the joust with a spear. So that is the bell shape. Probably going to come around here by the time we are done. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we put in some body framework, like a sense of the curvature, like that. Not like this. Well, it can be like this as well, actually, but naturally like that, because when we are like doing a joust, like we're thrusting the thing forward, so the features of the body actually like spring forward, not like backward. So there is the upper back, also crucial if we are covering this aspect in this illustration. We are showing this slightly from the back angle, like side, but also from the back. As you see, like this is the lower back, like, you know, the two lobes of the lat, and then of course like the abs, like, you know, stretched backward, shoulder set right here, and that's the other arm going right there. Now that this here, we can not sure, I mean, if a person is throwing a spear, let's just say that it is an open hand. So just putting a rough open hand there, seen from that particular angle. But now we have to, again, this angle, we are seeing it from the side, slightly from the back, and slightly like this as well. So if the head was nested right here, we would see it something like that. The ear is here, and the eye right there. So there's the shoulder coming up. So now right here, to stem this, we will put our 1, 2, 3, 4. So cascading, sorry, like arc of for the knuckle set, and there is the thumb, and we draw the fingers. So there's finger and knuckles, going backward, wrist comes around, there's the tilt going backward, like could be smaller, could be larger. This could be somewhere around here. And if you want to make this arm any bulkier, it will look good, I guess. If it's there's the lat, and of course the chest was there, and we cannot see that now. And there is the spear in a joust. The rest of the spear not necessarily visible. You could just put a hint here if you just go straight enough, because it's all behind that arm now. And that is pretty much the routine that we need to get going there. So let's put in some the easy bit is that we have to just make sure that the knuckle set is in this cascading type form. Adjusted the delt there a little bit if it is a slightly developed delt, that is. And there we have the other components. So there's the eyes. There's the eye, the one eye. And of course we would have, if the person is like wearing something, that's a different story. We can just delve into the clothing. But if the person, like if there's a light source coming on from above, and that this is like a very, very stressed pose here for this this particular like this joust, spear joust. So we have to put in the routine stressed muscle structure around the forearm. And while we are doing that, we have to of course take care of how much tone is going in and of course tone going in here into the knuckles, into the fingers. And we always maintain that around the bulges, around the prominent areas, we have skin like going like that. So we are just putting in some tones and shadows along that line. If you would like to check our other videos as well, in which we have focused on tones along the arm, there are similar things that work, because arms are only that much apart. Of course, the composition, the density, the musculature, like everything that goes in makes for different elements, but there are like certain rules, for instance like setting tones, which pretty much along the bulge of the arm and according to the light source set in sort of like that, like they look like pretty similar, especially arms which are well toned, like this gentleman here. Like arms they will have a distinct tone, like going something like that. And of course, if we were to make this even more accurate, we would have shadow thrown right there. We would of course have shadow going to the lower back, concentrated right here. And this is only because, I mean, although like we have already finished with the exercise that we are having a person hold a spear and he is going about his action, but we are just throwing in some tones and giving a slightly more balanced picture here to this illustration. And of course we're going about it quickly, so if it was again just a developed enough person, we would have tones somewhere along these lines. So just fading out the cross hatches as we are going up. And again, darker tones setting in there, as that is pretty much engulfed by immediate parts of the body. For example, like right here, tones setting right against the right lat here in this case. So please Google images as well, and you'll find this particular grip very instrumental in different things. I think we have explored something like this before, but not necessarily with attention to a person like holding a spear in this kind of like action pose going, because this can be actually instrumental for various things, and we understand that it should be definitely explored as a pose in itself. So please do try it out. We put out content pretty much every day, so please subscribe, keep in touch. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.